Hi guys, welcome back to Bucket List. This is me Sharath. So I'll be reviewing my Meteor 350. It's been more than 2 years and I've clocked around 20,000 kilometers on my bike. So I'll be giving my personal opinion and personal experience with this bike. So let's get started with the video. So why did I choose Royal Enfield Meteor 350? The reason is very simple. Since my childhood, I've been like a big crazy fan of Royal Enfield. And since the moment I saw this bike, I was in love. To be honest, I would say love at first sight. So I just wanted to make my childhood dream true. So I bought Meteor 350. So it's been almost 2 years. I bought it in 2022, March 2022. And I've been riding this since. And it's been like a great experience, I would say. Royal Enfield fans are like a different category of people. I mean, they don't want speed, they don't want like that adrenaline rush. It's just about the feeling. The heavy metal that we ride, the confidence we get when we ride the bike, and that's what I was looking for. Physically I'm a big guy, and this bike suited me much more better than other bikes, and that's the reason like I opted for Meteor 350. It has a 350cc engine, and I would say in my past 2 years experience, it's been like really cool. I mean, I'm not into like that hardcore rush driving. I'm like a smooth cruising kind of guy, and this bike has like supported me throughout the journey, I would say. I mean, if you're a person who likes to cruise through highway at 70, 80, 90 at max, and you want to just enjoy the experience of the journey, this bike is for you. Let's start about the technical point of view. The best thing that Royal Enfield did was upgrade the engine, the J series engine, and that was one of the key factors which attracted me to this bike. I have rode the older versions as well. After the update to J series engine, I would say this bike has become so smooth. I mean, the vibrations are over. I mean, if you're riding or going for a long ride trip, trust me, you're going to be so comfortable, which was not available in the older versions, but this engine here gives you that perfect chemistry between physical structure, physical comfort, and also the engine health. So this engine is so superb. It runs like a butter. I mean, it's so smooth. It's really cool. All right, and let's talk about the body structure. I mean, this bike is a big bike. I mean, for those who have not rode Royal Enfield earlier and does not have past experience, would say it's uneasy to control the bike. It's heavy. It's full of metal. We may fall from this bike, but it's not like that. Even for a starter who is new to the biking world, they can start on this bike. Trust me, this is my first bike, and this was the first time I was riding a heavy bike when I bought this, and it has been a great experience for me. I never felt like I'm losing control on this bike, let it be a hard curve or potholes or long rides or city traffic. No, this bike always gives you the confidence that you can handle everything confidently. No worries about falling down. This bike may feel big and heavy, but the weight distribution is so cool. I mean, handling this is like easy, really easy. So I would suggest, if you're a new rider and opting for like getting into the biking world and want to handle heavy bikes, this bike you can go for this bike. It's a good option, I would say. Now let's talk about the braking system. It got dual channel ABS system from Vibre, and these brakes can handle the city roads easily. No worries about you can ride confidently with this braking system. Moving to the shock absorbers, it got telescopic shock absorbers in the front and twin coil in the back, which can handle easily the city roads of India. Now let's talk about the fuel economy. In my day-to-day life, when I commute with this bike to, let's say, I'm going to the office due to the traffic and the time restrictions I have, I ride a little bit harsh. Not in a bad way, but in a good way. It's normal human tendency to make sure that we reach everywhere on time. And the fuel economy I have got from this bike is around 28 to 29 kmpl, which I would say is a good number for the Indian roads and the Indian traffic. So these have been like the good technical points about this bike, which I have felt personally as a better part of this bike. Now, if I have to point out some cons or area of improvement for this bike, I would really start with the fuel gauge of this bike. Every time I refuel, or let's say my tank is getting empty, the fuel gauge always misses out, to show me the accurate amount of fuel left in the tank. And I humbly request Royal Enfield to upgrade their fuel gauges so that it shows like not precise but accurate amount of fuel left. The second thing I would say, the pillion seat. The backrest is a plus point, I would say. I mean, if you're riding with your parents and if they are like, let's say, a little bit old, for them this backrest is really, really helpful. And the only problem I have felt is the size of the pillion seat. If let's say if someone huge is sitting, I mean, it could be a problem for them to sit behind the rider. If I have to add one more point under scope for improvement, I would say the engine. I mean, the J series is perfect for commuting in day-to-day life, city rides. It's perfect. It handles it very gracefully. But the moment we take it to the highway, being a 350cc engine, it does not produce the power that it requires to produce. For example, recently it's my personal experience, first of all, and I would say I went for a ride with my friends, and there were two of my friends, and one of them had Duke 250 and the other one had R15. I mean, the Yamaha R15 is a 150cc engine, right? And as being a 350cc rider, I must be expecting to produce more power than the R15. But the problem was R15 being a liquid-cooled engine was much more stable and had a much more better cruising power. I would request Royal Enfield, to tune up their J series engine a little bit so that it improves the specs of this engine. I mean, producing power. I mean, for commuting purpose, this bike is a champ. But let's say it's a cruiser. It's supposed to be on the long roads, Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. We can have a conversation there and we can review this bike further. Stay tuned, stay subscribed for more such content. Thank you and have a nice day.